Hi everybody, it's the Soap Man and it's time to make some soap. Today's soap's going to be a pretty simple one. I'm going to be using the tall skinny mold again, and we'll be doing the coffee soap. And this is nothing new for me. It's nothing new for most of you. Most of us have done this. This is just my take on it. Once again, the tall skinny mold, I'm going to use mocha brown. Even though the fragrance turns a very, very dark brown, this just keeps it stable. That way when I cut into it, I know what it's going to look like. I'm not waiting for the fragrance to darken all the way through. I am going to drizzle in some white using titanium dioxide. I'm also going to put white frosting on top, and usually I use the round open hole piping tip to do that. I'm not actually going to technically pipe it. I'm going to try something different. I'm first of all going to put actual coffee grounds just in the frosting. I love the way coffee looks in soap. I don't like the way it feels because coffee has really sharp, jagged edges, but I think just in the frosting it won't really make that much of a difference. But instead of piping it on, I'm going to let it get to a thick piping consistency and then just take a spoon and dollop it on top. That's going to be the attempt anyway. The fragrance will be Brambleberries Espresso. This is one of my absolute favorite coffee scents, but it does turn a very, very dark brown, so the white will not be scented at all. So anyway, going to be a simple soap. That's all I have. As soon as I get everything mixed up, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back and it's time to get started. And this is going to be a really simple soap, so let's get started with the base. With our brown, and I'm going to put a generous amount of the brown in because that's the majority of our soap. Give it a quick stir. And I'll stick blend this in just a minute because it's only been hand stirred. So let's do our white. Get it mixed up. And let's give this a quick buzz to fully emulsify everything, and then I'll add the fragrance, and the fragrance behaves very well. And I actually am going to measure this because I didn't really know exactly how much frosting or how much soap I was going to have. So I'm going to be very precise with this. Oh, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. So that is 39.4 ounces. So I need 2.3 ounces of fragrance. Now I can tear it. Actually, I'm going to go just a little under because this is a really strong fragrance. And all of this is going to go into the mold at once. And then our frosting, which is, there we go, just that, not our frosting, our cream. I will let that set up and I'll be back when I'm ready for the frosting to be dolloped on. Okay, it's the next day and I'm back and it's time to cut our soap. Everything on the pour went very well. Of course, it was super simple. If you'll notice, I decided to pipe the frosting on instead of dollop, and it's a good thing because it was taking forever to set up like it always does when it's unscented. And I went ahead and put it in the bag as it was starting to thicken, and it got hot and it set up really fast and was really firm and popped the piping tip off the bag where the bag ruptured. So that's why I have some with a piping tip, and the rest of these are just dolloped. I just had no choice but to dollop it on. But it's soap. I got it in the mold. I got it piped, so that's the main thing. So, you know, big deal. And when it's cut into individual bars, it'll probably be a little bit less obvious. And, I don't think that's going to fit. Let me try it. Yeah, maybe just barely fit. Yep, there we go. And I think these are all going to look the same. So, as I knew it would be, this is a short, simple video. But everything ended up well. Even the ones that had the partial piping tip and the partial dolloped on, far less obvious in the final bar, as I figured it would be. And even using a lower percentage of the fragrance, this fragrance is really strong. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this, despite what happened with the piping. So I cut that last small log and get these lined up and get a picture, but that is what I have this week. And I'm very pleased with it, and I really do like the coffee in the frosting. So as always, thanks for watching, and y'all stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and be blessed, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.